Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, bienvenue. Hello, players.
Hey.
Lots of players today, although 2 of them are going to be sitting out until we've done a couple of things, and then we're going to have more players, and if we also have any others about, they'll be fine to jump in as well.
If the others survived.
It's not mandatory. Yeah, for those that are still alive, they could maybe still join. F's in the chat, no spoilers, but for the player that wanted to die anyway, so it's fine. Well, the player's character that wanted to die. Stuff and reasons. We're now doing a session that's simultaneous to the previous one. So while we'll call them Squad Red Shirt went off into a rather dangerous crypt with a rather dangerous individual inside it, holding a rather dangerous book. This group, pinned down somewhat by a Bocky, are being nagged to go and prospect. Bocky is currently in your company, alongside his 3 dwarf miners. These 3 are still alive. Sure. Nice day for it.
It looks like most other days, but yeah, let's go do some prospecting.
Hey, I see a mountain over there. Looks particularly pointy. That's a good sign.
I'll take your word for it.
Aye. The more pointy the top, the bigger the rocks.
Yeah. Sounds logical.
Aye, well, let's get to it. I've sent the rangers off, just making sure that we don't find any more ghoulies.
Excellent. Good idea.
Yeah. And look out for those big fucking flying things as well.
Bocky's eyes just go wide. He pauses for 5 seconds. I'm sure it'll all be fine. I've got you.
Oh. Huh.
And we've got a slayer. One that's able to kill a dragon or something big enough.
Well, they're off looking someplace else.
Well,
I'm running if they need us.
split up and prospect. That's what me mammy used to say. Right, let's get to work. And Bocky takes you off on a little bit of a hike over the crypts. Sorry, Lazarus and Eutychus, you will have to watch.
Mind the camp.
You will have to watch a la stream, as you won't have tokens on these scenes, but I'm sure you'll make do. It's wet, it's dark, it's dingy, it's basically a campaign run by me. It's also going to require an endurance check, as this is about 2 hours away, and we have probably shin-deep water.
Does that make it challenging?
Would that mean I have to make
I'm going to
swim
say
test?
average. Yeah, Wilfred's up to his neck. Average, Wilfred, challenging, unless you can convince a dwarf to give you a piggyback or some other scheme.
It just gradually pushed the dwarf deeper and deeper into the mud.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
8.
Oh, shit. It should be...
Everybody.
Well, never mind what it should be.
Good gracious.
Well, I'll just wait around then, shall I?
Hold up, fellas. Oh, my aching bones. Oh, man.
I think how that went in order. +2, -0, -4, -5.
Oof. Okay.
Hold up, guys. I gotta swim through it.
Okay, so it's a pretty tough bit of the journey, which means a few of you aren't going to be more fatigued compared to, let's see how the dwarfs do.
It should be against 68, actually.
Okay, so -3.
Yeah.
The dwarfs are fine. I'm just rolling collectively for them. But the dwarfs wade through singing cheerful dwarvish songs. And as you arrive to the base of the mountain, some of you slightly more fatigued than others, the dwarfs head off in search of goodies. Well, that's a bit nicer. There's a bit of water in it. It'll save us finding a lake.
Did you have to take the most bogged down path to get here?
A straight line.
Ugh.
I'll fault the logic.
It's good logic, but bad practice.
Well, I would have gone
no.
underground, but there's no underpass, so, you know. And that way has to make do.
I thought my feet were wrinkled before, but now look at them. Fuck.
Ugh.
Well,
Yuck.
I'll send the boys around, and if you need
Where
to,
the
you
reindeer?
know, rest, then
That's awfully derisive of you, sir.
I'm just saying, you look a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to go with the others. Catch up when you're ready. Now, for anyone that wishes to rest, you can take a couple of hours to do so.
That'll reset fatigue, yes.
That will reset the fatigue, but you will be sort of sat on a rock on your own for a while. Choice is yours.
I think we should send the less fatigued people in with them just to make sure nothing goes wrong while the rest of us catch our breath.
Or you can deal with the terror guy.
Just Lothar.
Is Lothar going off with the dwarfs?
Sure, why not?
Sure. Roll a average perception roll, please.
Oh, well, I ain't gonna see shit.
Ow.
Well, that's not terrible.
Oh.
Okay.
The average saved me.
The dwarfs sort of tell you what they're looking for, and you sort of lend your height advantage to spy on some of the nearby scenery, looking for rocks of particular shapes, particular colours. Mostly it's three dwarfs rattling off about their favourite type of rock, but one thing you do spot is a square stone. You just catch the angle of it, but straight lines tend to stand out within nature, and this one certainly does. It's up and, well, you can just make out the corner of it.
Point that out to the dwarves. I'm assuming Bocky's with me.
Bocky is there too.
Yeah.
Oh, raises his eyeglass, much like his token. Well, not exactly prospecting, but somebody's built a rock here. Well, I guess I could go and evaluate its construction. And Bocky goes to investigate. Arriving close, it is an archway that is half covered by rocks. And looks fairly big. You can fit 4 people side by side. So there's quite a few rocks you're going to have to dig out the way to see what's inside this archway. It seems to be headed downhill, but there's only a few cracks. Well, I guess we'll make a start while we wait for your Lord after he's had his rest. So I assume he keeps prattling on about the artifacts and such, so maybe he'd like to have a look.
Do you think this looks like a mine entrance? If it is, it's not dwarven.
Maybe. Not that way, no. Maybe one of the Unga Bunga ones.
Well, may as well make a start on digging it out then. Go and get the others.
Alright, I'll get to work. And the dwarfs will roll a collective roll to see how much a digger can dig. Oh, not particularly well. Not particularly well. Okay, so after the group have rested and caught up with the dwarfs, you will arrive to find 3 knackered dwarfs with their pickaxes just sort of bouncing off of pretty stern rocks. do you want to go in?
Take it you weren't too successful?
Ah, well, I mean, I've got a bomb. That'll do it.
Would that not just bring the arch down?
I'll take a look at the,
That's only a little one.
Oh, you're the expert dwarf. Go for it.
Aye, that I
See
am.
if I can,
take a look at the arch or any, like, writing or...
Very mysterious, Godbert.
Well, it's the first I heard that's some kind of civilized stuff in the higher crypts. I don't know.
What would I roll?
I don't know. What are you looking
History.
for? Yeah, you could do
First of all,
history.
let's like to see if there's any, see if there's any inscriptions or markings.
Sure. I think there are a couple of very weathered markings. You could do a history if you like to see if it's something familiar.
Challenging.
The average, because you can take your time. While Bocky's handling a bomb. Nothing obvious. Old. And weathered. And on that note, you might want to stand back a little bit. If I put the bomb just about here... And Bocky sort of licks his finger and points it in a few different directions. I think that'll do. I'm actually going to have to give him a bomb for effect. He did have a bomb once upon a time. Right. Bear with me a moment. Bomb in inventory. Equipped bomb. It's quite loud if I remember, so... Bottoms up. This is just for the sound effect.
ooh,
There you go. Yeah. It's a good bit of noise. Okay. Bomb set off. The majority of smaller rocks are cleared out the way. Well, I think we could fit in one by one.
Oh, well, let's take a look. Maybe there's something
I'll go
good down there
first.
for you. I didn't even have to ask. All right.
All right. One brave little halfling.
I'll actually go in behind him.
Okay.
Should
There
we
is-
not go in order of height?
Roll, and I'll be last.
Then, I don't know. How big is the hole?
You could walk
I-
in one by one.
Do I fit?
Yes.
okay.
So, stepping through, you have about 50 yards of a downhill tunnel that's primarily dirt. There are stone walls to it, however. And you arrive at... Ooh, looks a bit like an underground fortification.
Underground walls.
Yes.
Underground fortifications don't... I don't see humans using these much. What does this look like to you?
Well, it's not Dowie. Maybe it's a really deep tomb. Or maybe something some of the old Unga Bongos used to make.
Yeah, looks more like a basement or something.
Unga Bungos?
So
Olympus.
what Sigmar was, an Unga Bongo.
Oh. Gotcha. It's the...
Oh yeah, that's what he refers to as the Ungabura tribe, or Ungabora.
yeah.
Underogan.
I don't know if
That's
it's
great.
considered racist or offensive in Warhammer, but
It's a dwarf.
it's a dwarf, yeah. He respects Sigmar, but, you know.
Kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
Alright, sure. Well, this looks... not exactly sure how much mining there will to be done.
How exactly
Why don't
how
you look
secure
around?
do you think this is? That's a
Yeah.
pricks at the wall.
I would say... well, it looks alright. That'll do. Hits the wall a few times with a hammer. Hey, I mean, it's old, but... fortunately, stone tends to age quite well. Unlike wood.
I get it, Baki. We need stone buildings.
Right, lots of them. Ideally square ones. Underground. In a mountain. But anyway, let's see how deep this thing goes. Maybe they've done some digging for us.
Oh, lead the way.
Okay. A little bit of a stroll takes you into more of a... ooh, let's go ahead and call it a network of tunnels.
Oof.
Oof.
Boy,
Indeed.
do I love tunnels underground and mountain.
Let's go with just that for now. We'll put some spooky ambient wind on.
I'll have my my lantern out. Or light.
Oh. This
Huh?
is just for Bocky. He's rolling a cool check. This is just to see how he feels. Oh, well, it's not a mine.
It does not look like a mine. That is correct.
It does look like something that may have valuables, though, depending on how long it's been down here.
Well, we all heard legends of the Hoggers, so let's keep our wits about us. If it looks too nasty, I'm not above tactical retreats, if you will.
Alright, alright.
But we should definitely take a look, see what this is, put it on the map.
Okay, well, as long as we're not stealing, or pillaging, or tomb robbing, or...
We're acquisitioning for the town. We're doing none of those things.
If anything's sealed, it stays where it's at.
Yeah, that's probably for the best, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we can... but if it goes downhill, we're going down. The deeper we go, the more gold.
Ah,
Okay.
well, I think up takes us to the Skyland.
Ugh.
So I would imagine down take it to the cave land.
Okay. Right, well... who would like to go first?
I will go first.
You have night vision, I believe.
That's right.
I'll actually stay back so I don't recognize his night vision with the lantern light.
Oh, yeah, I do have night vision.
Okay. So Wilfred goes doing a little bit of a scouting ahead. Wilfred, are you sneaking? Are you being quick? Are you
I will be
charming?
sneaky.
Okay.
Can I sneak charmily?
An average... well, no, actually this will be challenging. Because I lied.
You're a liar.
And I like to
DD.
roll a D100 just to kind of... just to roll a D100 when you roll a stealth, because otherwise it doesn't make it tense. Or maybe because there's something watching, who knows. All seems relatively clear, Wilfred. There are a few bats above head that sort of shutter their wings as you walk past, but don't pay you too much notice. Aside from that, cobwebs, quite a few of them. Not
Is there
overly-
any guano on the floor?
There is a little bit, yes.
Lantern cast
Scoops,
on the firewall.
scoops them up and puts it in his pocket.
That'll do nicely.
Oh. So you got some guano?
Yeah, it works wonders for stuff.
Oh, well, I mean, you can use it for black powder as well.
Yeah, I guess he could. Oh, wait a minute.
Well, gentlemen, it seems clear so far. I'm not dead yet, so it's a good sign.
Not
I'll be
dead
using
yet.
the lantern to kind of like illuminate the walls and look for anything that like might be writing or
Okay.
iconography, art
Okay.
stuff on the walls.
Sure.
I don't think they had a heraldry on any of that kind of stuff.
Some things will be free, but an average perception for those on the looky, and I think we can also.
Let's see if I can pass a roll today.
For anyone or just one?
For anyone looking.
I passed a roll.
This is
Ooh, pretty bats.
The average, sorry, or challenging.
He's afraid of bats.
did I say average? That looks like a challenging. Challenging.
Wilfred! I mean, you're short, but wave your hands up in the air because I'm walking all kinds of things you're walking under.
Do you need me to hold your hand again?
Damn it. Cobwebs.
Right. Yeah, challenging, Lothar. Sigurd. You spy
Yes.
with your little eye some blood.
Like on the wall, on the floor.
Yeah, stained up the wall, a sort of a splatter, and a scrape out of it as well. It looks like something hit the wall, maybe. Maybe someone got hit against the wall once upon a time. It's like a darker coating on the brick that when you touch it with your finger, it flakes off. Like it's long since dried out, but.
Lothar, Godbert,
Yeah.
this looks pretty old. But what do you make of this? Looks like some dried blood and impact or something.
I don't know. Looked like somebody got his skull opened against the wall here.
Whatever it is, it happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no bones or anything laying around or drag marks from that spot. It's just in that one area.
You got a +3, so I will say there is a bit of a drag mark.
Bert takes some of the flaked, dried up blood
Yep.
from the wall and grinds up between his fingers and snorts it.
Himself hepatitis.
The fuck is wrong with you, Bert?
I don't know. Logical thing to do. I don't know.
Sure. Godbert, as you finish this small little ritual, up against the wall is someone that has been torn in half. At least an echo of them.
Fuck, that's some potent stuff. Oh. Holy shit. Yeah, I think, I think my first assessment of this thing was fairly accurate. Somebody died here. In a bad way.
All right.
Just Godbert, you hear a bit of a... you hear a scream from down the tunnel.
Just Godbert hears it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not a single scream, but a continual for some time, followed by a bestial roar and the sound of tearing. Then silence.
While he's hallucinating, I'm still looking at up at the ceiling, like completely oblivious to what he's doing.
look, Wilfred. Where are you? Wilfred, come here. Wilfred, where are you?
I'm somewhere up the front.
Oh yeah, yeah. Come here. Look. Be careful,
Waddle,
okay?
waddle.
I think there might be some kind of beast here or something.
Nothing that we mighty adventurers can't handle.
Yeah, but,
Oh,
I mean, that. You know how long it takes for blood to turn into that? Like, could anything live that long?
I don't know, Sigurd. Can anything live that long? Hmm.
you know how like an old rabbit hole with and deserted, and then some other animal goes and live in there. That's kind of what this is, I think.
You thinking some animal is moved in here in the place that we had to blow a hole open to get to?
An animal, sure, yeah. Let's go with that. Hopefully.
You nearly have an idea, Sicard.
But,
Like-
well, that was challenging. That wasn't average. But
Mm,
I just wanted to. Yeah. Oh yeah. Undead can live for a long time.
yeah, I would say you would think like undead can hibernate.
Yeah.
Like they can wait as long as they need to. As long as they don't do too much moving in the middle.
Well, I like this less, but let's hope whatever it was is long dead,
Or that there's only one of them.
or we can make a hasty retreat.
One cool check for Bocky. Oh well, it's just a bit of old blood. I'm sure there's probably some gold here somewhere.
Yep. Keep an eye out.
If it's Ungo Bungo gold, then the Sigma Race will be happy.
That is true. That is
Right.
true. Definitely would like to not go back empty-handed.
If I found a whole bucket, I think they might give me my own guild.
I would give you your own guild.
Oh, that would be nice. Right.
This is the idle. This is the idle chit chat as Wilfred's like putting his own life in his own hands.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Forward.
Meanwhile,
Forward I go.
Wilfred sneaking music. Wilfred.
Shall I roll another?
Yeah, roll a stealth, please. Challenging.
Hey, Lothar, you get anything out of this? Feel anything?
Not really.
Not very stealthy today.
You go up ahead. You don't see too much in the way of people, but you do come across
Wilfred, if
something.
you're speaking, I can hear you.
You come across an entrance to a chamber, Wilfred. It's particularly dark inside, seeing as you're not carrying a torch with you. But you can make out some figures around the edge.
Sigurd, we need your light up here.
Yeah, I'll move up with the lantern.
Okay. Well, as you move up, you arrive at a chamber. Yes, the candles are lit. And upon waving your torch into the room, the moment it illuminates, squeak, squeak, squeak. A cloud of bats. Yes,
The
Sicard?
candles and torches you said the candles and torches were already lit as
Yes.
I walked in?
Yes.
Hold on a second.
But the moment you step foot inside, these
I
little...
stepped back out. Did the lights go out?
Well, either way, bats are flying towards you right now, so we're going to go ahead and deal with that. Right, let me just end combat first, because we've apparently got 500 people that want to be in combat right now. Okay, let's roll some initiative to see who can act faster than the bats.
I don't like Fargo.
No, you shouldn't.
Mm.
I don't even know what that is. I don't like it.
No.
Well, it was a correct assessment not liking it, put it that way.
Godbert, bats are flying towards you.
Oh, are these real? I mean, do you see them?
Give it another
A
5
real-
seconds, you'll find out.
Fuck.
Let's go with
Um,
something a little more. I think we can do away with the sneaky music now. Yes, I will turn
I'm
the
not
other one off.
sneaky ever, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll whack them with
Okay. There's a bat swarm right in front of you, so off you
Yep.
go. You can have your charge, and you can make a swing.
Oh, target. There we go. No.
That's a no. Wow. Okay.
Ow.
Let's see how the
Our
swarm
rolls
does.
are
Oh.
amazing.
Okay. You still won. Amazingly. You still fumble, but you do win. Are you keeping the roll?
Let's see what the fumble is.
Sure. Your maneuver was misjudged, leaving you out of position. You lose grip of your ranged weapon, which you don't have. Your next action will suffer a
I can live with
penalty
that.
of -10. That's not too bad, I think, in the grand scheme of things. And on that note, we can apply a little bit of damage over to the bats. And where are we? So we'll click down. No. God, but one against bats. There we go. A pretty decent hit, actually. Wow. They really don't have much health. Right. Now combat started. Pocky is going to... Oh, blobby butts. He's going to charge in as well. He is going to target. And he is going to not use a bomb.
Thank God.
Yes.
He's just going to use
That
it.
might still happen.
He's just going to use a dagger. And the bats in return are going to just try to bite him. Wow. Okay. Another few bats get swatted out the air. Dwarf miner. Say hello to bats. Dwarf miner is... Oh, good. Here we go with the two-handed pick again. Here it comes. Two-handed picks are just gross, by the way.
Swinging is
Kill it
200
in
pick.
one.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Lothar, you're up. There we go.
Yeah. We'll charge that one that he just went after then.
Yep. Off you go. One advantage for charging in, and
Oh, I don't know if it applies.
Don't
to
worry.
advantage, but that will probably do it.
that will probably do it. They're a bit naff, really.
It did not apply the advantage.
It did not apply. Well, that's a. Well, you still win, but I'll make them take an extra point of damage. There you go. Down to 4. One more dwarf miner is going to charge in over here, and we are going to target. Isn't this nice and easy and relaxing?
It's ominous is what it is.
Right. Oh, the bat swarm finally won and took an advantage. Wow. Okay. Last dwarf miner is going to... I think we're going to just keep it even Steven here. Eventually Sighard will go. And we're going to... Yeah, we're just going to pickaxe the last few of these. Assuming we roll well. Oh, my word.
Fumble.
Yeah, and a fumble. Okay, your melee weapon jars badly. Weapon suffers 1 damage. You act last. Okay, dwarf acts last no matter what. Batswarm has 1 advantage. Wilfred, you're up.
Attack the bat.
You can attack the bat. There's a combat tracker for anyone that wants to look at the initiative order.
Oh, I just assume I'm at the bottom usually.
Yeah, you actually are. Which is
I
quite
usually
incredible. Okay, that is a +3. That is very good. Was that average?
That was...
'Cause Or are you actually rolling against
that
a...
was challenging with charge bonus.
Really? 44, 54... Well, another +10 seems to have come out of your ass, but
Outnumbering.
yeah, did that
Hell
apply?
no.
Yeah, I don't normally apply that to swarms, but fair enough.
Wow.
You win anyway. That you win anyway. There you go.
I think it does it automatically, maybe.
Maybe it could be. It could be, or it might be +10 for targeting because they're bigger than you. It might have been that.
Oh yeah,
Or
that's
twice
it.
come out
Yeah.
bigger than me?
Yeah, swarms, even small bats count as bigger than you, I'm afraid, buddy.
Okay.
Right, so this bat swarm is going to target the dwarf on the left, and it's going to have a roll. Then eventually the noble gets a turn. Okay, right. Defend, dwarf.
No.
Jeez.
7 whole damage. Chip, 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 chip. Alright, there we go. Sighard, you're up.
This is gonna be really climatic. I have to set down my lantern and then draw my weapon, and I think that's my turn. I don't think I can do anything else.
I'll allow, no, you're dropping, and so dropping is
Well,
just free.
I don't want to drop it because it's an oil lamp, so it'll go. I literally have to like set it down.
You drop it from a safe height. You draw your weapon. You can have an action.
Alright.
Because you're not putting it away or anything more complex. It's literally just donk. So that's fine.
Alright.
You're going last for a reason.
Yeah.
You're putting stuff down.
Okay, but you did hold the light for the whole range of people attacking. So well done. Target away. Swing away. You've got your 10 for charging, but other than that...
Oh, I didn't put the 10 on.
Okay, so you'd be -1. Okay, oh dear.
-1.
Okay, I think that's actually... Yeah, that's enough to... They're just gone. They're just gone. Okay, well that's good. They are cleanly taken out, putting you on 2 advantage. Now, so that's what happened there. From the back of the chamber comes... Yes, because you saw a... Well, you heard a noise, you saw my bloody initiative roll, but anyway, a Vargolf comes out of the darkness, the other side of the room, charging, bounding out. He's going to strike the dwarf miner first as a means to get to himself a little bit of initiative. His name, chat, can we get a name for him? I refuse to accept fluffles. Vargolfs need a name normally. Okay, so that is just a lowly +1 against a... Okay. Now, what we will need to do as well, actually, before we continue this, is click this button and click this button. Could everyone please click apply, which means a cool test. It does cause terror, in fact. It's a large, bestial, troll-sized creature that is suspiciously bat-shaped. Large, snapping jaws. Everyone's deciding to fight. Oh, God, but
Yeah,
very close. You can re-roll.
Or
Stop
add
it.
1 success level.
Unfortunately, in the
Oh, no,
Q&A,
that's,
they
yeah.
said it can't turn a fail
Yeah,
to a
yeah,
success, which kind of sucks, because I like the +10 thing a bit more, but I get
Yeah,
why
but
they
then,
did it.
Then it would be a no but.
Yeah.
Or should I? Well, I'll just reroll.
Let's go for the re-roll, because I
It's
have
easier,
faith
yeah.
that you will pass. I have... No.
Yeah. No.
That's even worse.
Fail.
Corruption re-roll? Question
sure.
mark.
Yeah, sure.
It is one of those, like, you probably don't want to have 7 broken conditions.
Yeah. Like last time.
I'm going to give you that.
Doesn't want me.
I'm really... you took a corruption point, and you're out by 1. I tell you what, I'm not going to give it to you, but what I will say is you have 1 broken condition. Instead of 3.
Yeah.
So you'll be back in straight away. Now
Yeah.
that will mean you'll be running away on your turn, God, but
Yep.
you can stay. So I need to stop being nice. Yes.
So Mark called it guano, and then Barbic called it Eater of Lords, so I think it's Guano Eater of Lords.
Okay, well that's a good choice for its next target because it has just attacked the dwarf miner and hit. It now has 2 advantage. So Sigurd,
Yeah.
bounding through as its attack. Not too good. You have a chance to defend. Good luck. You have your plus 20 in total, and you passed your
That
test.
automatically adds on, right? Already adds.
Yes. The suspense.
Yeah.
Okay, -1. It does still beat you, but you hit it. I think. I think if you +1 SL, you might be okay. You could try it. It's going to be very close. It has a very.
It would be -0 to its
No,
plus
you
0.
won't.
Yeah, it's got a basic. Okay. Well, and it's in your leg. Anyway, let's see what happens. A low blow against it. Hard endurance or 3 stun conditions. Okay. Well, let's try a little bit of this first. We do have our... I will, because you're about to take 19 damage, give this 3 stun conditions.
Good lord.
But you are taking 19 damage. Oh. That's that's you rolling a crit, I guess.
That's a one-hit KO.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Of course it is.
Oh, a badly cut toe. Fucking standard. So you are now prone, Sigurd.
Lovely.
And you have 1 bleeding condition. Well, we'll just drag that onto you. And after the encounter, you have to make a challenging endurance test. If you fail, you lose 1 toe. Standard. Lothar. It's lost its advantage now, but it is going to make 1 final attack because it did also win its opposed test. And that's against you.
Are weapons at a disadvantage to it?
Not necessarily. How come? You may be on -10 due to fear from it charging. Technically, you also have to pass a fear test, but I don't really feel the need for that, so we'll...
Well, apparently I'm on a 30 modifier, so I assume because it's bigger than me and I've got 2 advantage. Apparently
Yep,
it doesn't
that's the
care
one.
about fear.
Let's roll. It's got 3 stun conditions, though, so that's at -30. So -5 to beat. There you go. You got an advantage. You're on 3. Congratulations, sir. Now, top of the round, and while Godbert's having his go, I'm going to make a bunch of cool tests for the dwarfs.
I do still run, right?
Yes. That is a... that does mean the bats are going to try and bite you. You had an advantage, though, so I'll let you burn that to run. Ah, apologies. Everyone that was in base contact takes 1 point of damage. Yep. Everyone takes 1 point of damage that's in contact with a swarm, which is not that many of you, but yeah, it's enough. And the bat swarm will have a nibble at you, unless you just do you reckon you just run, Godbert, or do you try and dodge out?
I'm an old sneaky gizzard, so probably dodge. Let's try dodge.
Okay. Well, there you go. Oof. Are you happy with 5 damage? Do you think you can cope with that?
Yeah.
There you go. One of them just... You run away and one of them's just on your arm, squeaking, just with its teeth in.
Think of me.
It's not a great bat sound, but it'll do. Right, what was
But
Bocky's roll?
I do lose the 1 broken condition after this round, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bucky's roll is +3.
So you used your dodge, but so that would have been your action. But
Yep.
you're also free and available to act normally now.
Yep.
Bocky passed his turn. Let me just roll for the other miners as well. I'll just roll 3 times. This is for the one on the right. This is the one on the next left and far left. Running. Pass. Okay, this guy is going to run. The bats here are going to attack him. He is not going to dodge. He's going to take it like a champion. He runs away next to you, Cobb, but one of them's like inside his helmet. Just chomping down on him. Right, the other 2 dwarfs decided to stay, so one of them's going to run in and take a swing. We're going to count it as 4 characters required in order to outnumber it. Okay, we're just counting it as 2 people for the sake of just so that makes sense. And that is one hell of a roll, you beautiful, magnificent beast. And yeah, congratulations, dwarf. That's a decent bit of damage. Well done. Lothar, you're up.
Yep. I'll have to step over Achaidh, who's in my way.
Uh-huh. I'm just doing Bocky's go while you're doing this, so don't worry. He's just swinging away at a couple of bats. So,
do you want me to cool test? Because I'm actually charging the thing now.
yeah, go on. Let's do it by the books. You'll be fine anyway with your
I'm
plus
against
30.
90, so...
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Bocky 1. The bats are dead. There you go, Wilfred. You're free for your turn. Right, and let's have your attack, Lothar.
Holy shit, have some of that.
Ooh,
Wow.
that'll do.
No more complaining from you.
Lothar, what did I tell you earlier?
Lothar 1 against Vargol. 21. Okay.
Trying hard to impale that.
Yeah, this miner is basically going to just swat the bat and get into some sort of cover. Next miner is going to finally get an outnumbering bonus, and he is going to swing away. Oh, that was so nearly just a natural 2. Not bad. Still enough to hurt it. Wilfred, you're up.
I will charge it.
Fire away. Let's have a cool test for you, though, sir. Okay. That is enough to pass. You may charge. Target the monster, and let's see how you do. I will say, these endurance conditions are definitely killing it. That crit will probably have saved you.
How's an 18 do?
An 18 is very tasty. 13 damage plays against that. A 10 damage to his head. Well done. Wow, okay. It is looking really rough after it's had 2 pickaxes in its side and a whole host of other crap. Sick hard.
My sacrificial critical.
Sick hard, you have a bleeding condition. You can use your resolve to remove your condition, and then use your movement to... well, the problem is you've got 2 conditions here. So you can remove...
use one to get rid of the bleed and then one to stand up. And just,
I believe so. I'll let God correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the case. Or you can just remove the bleed and hope to God that they kill it before it tries to bite you.
You'll be fine.
Or you could just risk a 1 in 10 chance of the bleeding out. It's up to you.
With my luck? Are you joking?
You can always use a point after. So.
After? Alright, I'll do the endurance roll then.
So basically roll a d10. On the roll of a 10, you bleed out.
And then I'll have to use a what? If I don't, then I roll.
Fate.
I lose a resolve?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say if you bleed out... Well, yeah, go on then. You're fine. You don't bleed out.
So you're Peter Griffinging.
Yeah.
So the question is, are you hanging on to your resolve for now? Are you using one to stand up? What's your plan?
I will. I just want to stand up.
Okay. And having stood up, you've used a resolve. I think it's... You'll have a fatigue condition. Oh no, you're still bleeding, technically, so... right, yeah, you can attack this fucker.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, might as well. I'm gonna get screw it.
He's on minus 30 right now, so... I should have just bumped his point of armor. That would have actually made this a far more challenging fight than giving him minus 30 to every roll. But everything's fine. 52.
Do we outnumber it as well now?
You do. Yeah, this would be a plus 20, so that would be a plus 2. Plays a... That... Did someone not target him?
Yeah, corruption point.
Hopefully this will tell me how much damage it is. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, well he's got...
Why did it...
you could just roll against him again and we'll edit it to say 52 out of 70. Okay. 52 out of... That would be 70, I believe. There we go, so there's your plus 2. And then I will roll... Yeah, but I'm going to edit that to the old one of 80, what was it, 83. Okay, why did you not deal damage? No damage values. Oh my freaking god, Foundry. Suck a dick. Fine. We will do this the old-fashioned way. Slash table. Hit location. Body. It's going to take its first crit. Twisted back. One torn muscle. Okay, minus 20 to all tests involving the body. Doink. Okay. It's not on the floor because of its size. It's, however, very, very, very messed up right now. And on that note, it's got its turn. It is going to make a willpower test at this point. Which it fails. Now, the willpower test was to overcome its hatred for you and try to preserve itself. So, instead, it's just going to attack. Now, the question is, how do I get rid of these bloody conditions? All I need to do is go back to something that causes it.
Endurance. You needed to roll endurance, I think.
Right, endurance. Thank you, Talak. Much appreciated. Okay, minus return to all tests. You have any stun conditions, +1 advantage before rolling attack. Okay, so everyone else would have +1 advantage. Was unaware of that. At the end of each round... so he would have done it at the end of the first round, and so we'll roll for last round. Toughness.
This should have been the first round.
Yep, so I'll roll for that now.
But I didn't get one last time because I hit him on his.
Yeah, but you roll at the end of the round, not the turn, so it failed anyway, so that's fine. Sick hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna try and bite you.
Yep.
Oh,
Toughness bonus. 3.
Its toughness bonus is very good if it's not rolling minus 30 on everything.
No. Stick odds.
Ah.
What?
What's your toughness bonus?
3.
Oh. Okay. Off you go, Sicard. When you're ready.
Do I get a... I got a +10, right? Because I have one. I should have one advantage.
Did you hit it?
You hit it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you get an extra +1 because...
Oh yeah, you hit it after you stood up again.
Stun.
Yeah.
And the thing.
And it's a thing.
Stun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically dead already, but sure. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll see what your crit is, and then we'll just get everyone to just roll your attack all together now.
Whoa. Another stun condition.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Easy vomit. Easy
Everyone
endurance,
roll
that's no
together.
vomit.
Just roll your attack with all of your advantage now. And it will just roll once to defend, just to make this quicker. Yeah, very poor. Okay. Wilfred, 16, so we've got 1 crit. Lothar will do a crit. I think even Godbert will crit it. The 2 dwarfs will also crit it.
It's got like 7 crits.
There you go. Yeah, and
+9.
in a cloud of fur and blood, you'll lay into this creature and effectively tear it open. It lays there, quite literally in a puddle of blood in the centre of the room, but not its own blood. And the room falls eerily silent.
While they're still hacking, I drop down and start pulling my boot off.
You're also going to have to roll me a d10.
Yep.
Hold still.
And this would be for the turn you just took.
Bleeding.
Yeah. Don't roll a 10. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I will burn that resolve.
Fair enough.
I told you my... Alright, I burned it.
Okay. Resolves out. And so yeah, okay. I'd say you'd either remove the condition or give yourself 1 hit point. I would say it's a little bit pushing it to see what the result is, then give yourself 1 hit point afterwards. But that's just a note for future. For future, that you'll need to remove the condition before figuring out what the result is.
Well, you can use a resolve whenever you want, even after the roll.
I was just going by what other people said. I don't know the rules.
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. It just seems a little bit. It's like waiting to see what a crit is.
Yeah,
before
know,
you decide to burn armor.
I didn't make the rules.
No, I'm not going with what the book is. I'm going with what I think is
okay.
better.
Every time Sigurd does something, he changes the rules a little bit.
No. I let you go with it. I'm just.
I will know. I will know for the future. Well, with my 1 resolve left, I will know for the future.
Excuse me, Sir Hydra. Can I have my condition removed, please? Since I passed my.
What condition do you have?
It looks like fear.
Yeah.
You can do that yourself in the effects tab.
There you go. It's done for you.
I can.
The chamber is empty. The room is yours.
We burn this thing before it gets
Hold
back up.
still.
Yeah, the flesh is sort of like knitting itself back together slowly, so not a terrible idea, Lothar. Bocky's going to pull out a bomb.
Yeah, sure.
Jermaine Fame! Just have a little.
Go ahead. Just shove that right in the chest cavity before it heals up.
You sure we
What
shouldn't
the hell
just
is
blow the chamber up?
Might depends if there's gold.
Want to fight this thing again?
Well, no, I was
I'm
just
back
going
up to 7. Got Bert.
What?
Never mind. Keep going.
Over to you.
Copper's working on me.
There. Just keep it in your boot and put some of this on it.
He takes some moldy looking moss and puts it on the wound.
Yeah, just keep it on it for a couple of days and it'll be fine.
Stab me in the damn toe.
It'll be fine.
Who does that? How much?
this thing.
How much does it? How much
7.
does the tonic, the healing tonic thing, or whatever it's called, do?
Toughness bonus, I believe. Toughness bonus wounds instantly.
So just 3.
A mighty 3, but yes.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll add that.
I gave you 7 back.
I don't know what else is in this room.
Fair enough.
Fair enough indeed.
All right.
Well, the dwarves.
Well, while they're dealing with the Geist thing, or whatever that thing is, Batman thing, I'll lace up my boots and grab my lantern.
Okay. Okay. Right, so you are back to back around a monster that has been hacked to pieces. I'm going to say a couple of dwarfs lodge the pickaxes in its skull just a few more times, letting out a few grumbles and curses from beneath their beards.
That thing's not undead. What the hell is it? Is it undead? Doesn't look like it.
I'm going to roll
The lore undead?
Yeah, I mean, lore undead. Pocky has no idea.
Challenging, I guess.
Yep.
Oh.
Go. No idea. My foot hurt.
Fuck, who knows?
As long as it stays dead.
Should we,
It does indeed.
do we have any way to set it on fire just in case it doesn't? You know, burn the body.
I have lamp oil. You can
Yeah, let's just
let's keep an eye on it and light it before we leave, because otherwise this room's gonna stink and be covered in black smoke.
If we go to run away and you get blocked by it, have fun.
Well, alright. Well, here you go. Now just hand the vial over to Lothar while I start looking around at the walls and shit.
Okay.
Guessing Bocky isn't going to use his bomb on it.
Hearing that you're setting on fire, he looks a bit sad and is currently sulking.
Well, Bocky, you can blow it up.
Or him blowing it up.
Go for it. I thought you thought against it.
No. Steps over, puts a bomb inside its mouth, lights the fuse.
I'm going to go hide behind it.
I'm gonna go. Hold
I don't
on.
want to get painted here.
Clear! Runs away. Oh, no.
No.
Nom, 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 nom. I'm assuming Wilfred doesn't stand in a position where he's just like
Going to get splattered.
thrusting his hips towards the explosion.
Excuse me.
There is flesh and crap everywhere. Wilfred, can you make a cool test, please?
Watch the flying bone.
Wilfred, you lose your bottle at the last second. You can pick in which direction you choose to dive. There is flesh and blood and fluff littering the entire room. It is incredibly loud in such a small chamber. And I presume afterwards there is a little bit of a wait for what may follow. Now in this situation, it's another 3 bat swarms, I'm afraid. Come out of the alcoves and eaves, the nooks and crannies, hungering for a little bit more human blood. Let's see if we can mop them up before we go ahead and loot. Bocky! Bocky's going to fire his repeater gun at them.
My ears are still ringing.
Wilfred, roll some more.
Repeater pistol! Repeater pistol, please! Do we have enough? Repeater pistol. Is it loaded? It is loaded. Will it let me shoot? No. Fuck you. Bear with me a second.
Have, the skill, probably.
He shot it before, though. Let's put it in his offhand. No? Yeah, he's shot it before. Maybe it's the wrong bullets or something.
Yeah, he did. He shot it at...
Never mind. He puts his
last
pistol
time.
away. It seems to not be working. Such is the way of engineering. And charges these bats.
Wow. Whoa. Baki is
Go,
driven
Baki.
today.
Baki is having a good day. He's channeling his inner brother.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That's all. Oh. Right. Dwarf miner who has recovered. He's going to charge in to help Baki. Just another minor nuisance to whittle you down before your final combat today. Okay, that's a whiff. That is a victory for bats. A victory for bats everywhere. Bat swarm number 1. Godbert.
Yep.
You're going to get nibbled on by a flurry of small critters.
Ugh.
Oh dear. That's 2 leg crits against you in our history. Oh no! Ugh. Resilience? Or how do you
Why
feel
are
about
you-
being a peg leg?
Peg leg.
Peg leg.
Bleeding.
Yeah,
Prone.
but I need to have surgery and stuff like that. I won't make it out alive if I have a severed foot here.
3 bleeding conditions, 2 stunned, 1 prone.
Yeah. So let's just pretend that never happened.
Okay. A classic
What's that?
fate maneuver.
That because otherwise,
It does look pretty rough.
yeah. Yoop. Nope. It never happened.
Pretty determined bats to bite your foot off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Oh
quite...
no! Wait.
What?
Stop.
Stop.
I grabbed the charm of a black cat that I'm wearing that I got from Ron,
Yep.
and do a little prayer to Renaud.
Okay.
Does it do anything?
Roll a D100.
It's Ronaldo. Probably not.
You just look like a tit now.
Yeah. My foot. My foot.
Roll. Bear with me a second. Table. Hit location. Now, can someone tell me what the hit location for 79 is?
It says body here. Would you?
No, ignore that. Like in the actual. I tell you what. I'm gonna just edit your roll. No, I'm gonna edit the bat's roll to say what was the D100 you rolled?
79.
Ha!
Right leg.
You got a piece of armor on your leg.
Oh. I burn it.
Would you like to burn that piece of armor? That was the best Ronaldian way to do it, I can figure. You had a random piece of armor added to your body, just for when you needed it, and as Sod's Law would have it, it was on your leg. That's actually incredible. It's nice when things work out, but that will mean that you still take the hit, still take the damage. So if
I guess so. Yep.
if you're happy to keep your... so that will be a little bit of damage done. But you keep your perma resource.
Yep.
Lothar, Godbert's currently surrounded by bats waving a small cat at them to try and scare them off.
Yeah, I'll intervene.
Make it sound so casual. I'm going to save the old man.
Yeah, basically. Maybe. Depends what I roll. Yeah, that'll probably intervene.
That will probably do it. They have 1 advantage, so that's probably
Not gonna help.
not going to help. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. That's at least half of them dead in a couple of swings of your spear. With their wingspan, it makes them quite easy targets. Wilfred, you're up.
I'm gonna give everyone a heart attack in this cave and shoot my gun in a small closed-in space.
Probably we just had a bomb. I think we're okay. Except for you.
I mean, yeah, sure. The bomb just triggered the bat, so...
Yeah, bring more swarms in. Why not?
I'm not confirming nor denying whether that works that way.
Okay, let's re-roll that.
Ow.
No, I'm only joking.
Jeez.
There's not level 3.
That's better.
That's a hit.
Wow.
That's a decent hit. That's a good chunk of damage. Congratulations, sir. You have one advantage. These little squeaking bats.
We all have tinnitus now.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Right.
That is quite the sound. Sickard, off you go.
I'm trying to see if I can find them on my screen. Alright.
Sure, don't help. with
1,
this.
2, 3. People with no armor are so much easier to crit for some reason. It's madness.
I don't know why.
Okay. Well, let's see how we do.
Rolling like garbage today.
No. Oh, yeah. Back above.
Yeah. Okay. That's working for me. Godbert, you're up.
Go.
Sickard, you've got 2 advantage.
Freaking dang it.
What's
Damn
Godbert doing?
bats.
Other than cursing.
Oh,
Probably.
Jesus.
These rolls
That's
today, I tell
Renault
ya.
for you, man. That's Renault for you.
No,
What's your fumble?
Oh, no, I'm going to re-roll.
Okay. One
Or,
reroll.
well, no, I'll take this fumble. It's not so bad.
Okay. Yeah, Bat Swarm is going to eat this dwarf miner. Nom 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 nom. Oh, we didn't do a hit location. Ha! Get wrecked, you bearded nerd. Oh, never mind.
Once more, please. Oh, it crit back.
NPCs to save the day.
Minor arm cuts. Okay, so that's 1 extra wound. Okay, they've got like 5 wounds left. Jeez. Okay. Right. Dwarf miner. Oh, no, actually, they've got more than that. They've got... Because that was only critting in response. Dwarf miner is going to go and help you, Sighard, so you can stop your complaining.
What?
Yeah.
I haven't complained once.
I think we're looking at some dead bats there. Dwarf miner charges in with his pickaxe, overhead, swings it down, skewers a couple, and that'll do. Right. 1 swarm's down. Dwarf miner here is going to try and attempt to clear. Okay, that is tasty.
I think these dwarves have done this before.
That
Seen it
is...
before the other dwarf.
God damn it. Yeah, and that is just 1 extra damage to this dwarf. But, I mean, hey, Bocky, Dwarf, Lothar, Wilfred, that bat swarm's toast. I'll just go ahead and say that you all jump on it, you bundle it. The remaining 5 bats just dissipate back into the eaves. They're not coming back. All is quiet again.
See? Nothing we can't handle.
You need
Pull out
to
my
click
pipe,
on the speech
and I
bubble
light it
so
up.
You can see rolls, Hydra.
Thank you. Apologies, chat. And that was not the one I wanted to do. There we go. Right. Over to you guys. You're in a room. There's a bunch of dead bats. You killed them all. Well done.
Oh, my fucking legs.
Tell me about it.
Any of the
Come on.
dwarves need patching up.
Yeah, the one next to Bocky is pretty rough.
While they're doing that, I'll start walking around the lantern, looking at all the stuff
Okay.
that's around.
A few bodies line the area, Sickard. They are completely fleshless by this point. The level of decay is unbelievable. Most of them seem to have been chewed and mangled, but there are couple of pieces of armor that you spot. A helmet and a pair of gauntlets catch your eye in particular, that are on one skeleton that is looks like it was perhaps clawing its way along the floor once upon a time, but the bone is so very dusted.
So if I like, so if you're saying if I like move it, they kind of disintegrate. They've been sitting there so long.
The skeleton, yes. I mean, at least fall apart. Bones aren't totally brittle, but there'd be like sort of like a glass or something. You'd want to be very delicate.
I'll inspect, and then
Law history?
I think, yeah, I'll do that.
Let's do a law history.
There's no like heraldry or anything on the helmet.
Not so much.
Jeez, Pete.
Okay. You're uncertain whether these were tomb robbers or actual inhabitants of a tomb. Hard to tell the difference.
Good, let's see. Can I actually pass a roll today? There we go.
Nice. Okay. These are inhabitants of a tomb, most likely. They're... looks like knightly armor to you, but it's similar in style, at least, to the more ancient tribesmen. So you think these would probably count as relics.
Are there alcoves like this is a tomb, right? Are there like
Yes.
sarcophagus alcoves on the sides?
There are indeed.
And how many did you say there were? A couple.
Yes, in the entire chamber, after you look around and investigate, there are 3.
3.
I will save you the trouble of doing a one by one. One is empty, and you assume the inhabitant was perhaps the one on the floor, or the bones on the floor at least. Another one is still sealed, and a third one has the lid slid off of it. A few bats squeak out as you approach, but quickly fly away from you, and contains an individual with a amulet around the neck.
I'm gonna have to contemplate the. I mean, can I see it through the crack? Is it visible enough to me to?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I'd
Going
do
off of your previous roll, you suspect that these were probably buried here a long, long time ago. I would say with your +4, I mean, it's difficult to say whether this was after Sigmar, probably, but they're certainly old enough to be considered ancient by Imperial standards.
I'll say, at least for now, the one that's on the ground that was out.
Yep.
Put the helmet and the gauntlets to the side and put the bones back into the empty crypt, and then put the 2 silver like Moor does.
Put him back to rest.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think that takes me a while, so if the others want to do something, we'll do it in a minute.
Yeah, I healed the dwarf for 9 wounds.
The dwarf is very grateful. Thank you, Youngie. Much appreciated.
Does my otherworldly vision thingy still pick something up?
In here... I would say yes. You can probably see like an elongation of the corpse that was on the floor, sort of like filling in the blanks for you. It looks like maybe You see a skeleton crawling along, not a complete person or some sort of mangled amalgamation of the two. And split seconds later, it's just it has a paw on its back, or claw, if you can call it that, from this beast that you just slain, that seems to then shred it in two, and proceeds to chew on the remainders of its flesh. It screams, wriggles, and writhes in front, and looks like it was feasting on other undead at the time. There aren't any communicative spirits here, let's say.
Yep. Okay.
Just echoes of what happened.
Then I just assist Sigurd with whatever he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just mumbling prayers to Moor and putting the bones in. Is that
Okay.
that necklace? That necklace, is it removable without damaging or disturbing the skeleton?
Maybe you'd have to roll a test.
Well, I mean, if I thought that it would, if I thought that I would disturb it, I would.
There would be a chance of taking it off to someone with nimble fingers.
I do not have that. I'm not even talking about skill. I'm just saying I don't have it.
Fair enough.
I'll do the same. Put a couple silver on the eye sockets and then close the sarcophagus lid.
Okay.
And then continue to look around. Inscriptions or writing or, like I said,
Okay.
iconography, drawings, all
Yeah,
that stuff.
there are a couple of markings. You can see the names of these. You would probably refer to them as tribesmen. You probably wouldn't refer to them as Ungo Bungo tribesmen.
No.
But you can make a note of their names. They're in classic language, so that helps you at least to date it as being a very healthy amount of time previous, and giving you a little bit more confidence in their, let's say, religious significance. The amulet in particular. Armour and weapons, certainly weapons, are worshipped, and if one can assemble a suit of arms, that is quite the piece for collectors, mainly religious enthusiasts. You would, if you wanted to make coin on it, the option would be there, but
It's not the coin thing. I don't think he's thinking about money.
it would be somewhat unethical.
I have a question about that hanger.
Sure.
Can I use my trade charms to learn anything about it?
The chandelier, do you mean?
No, the necklace.
The necklace.
Ah,
Or
right. Yeah, just roll a trade charm to see like how much you can recognise of how it's put together and how it's made. I'd say you could try and do a replica. It would with that you could have a go.
Okay.
It may take you a while to hone the technique, however.
Lothar.
Different carving technique, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As our resident priest. Should we leave that?
Can I do a law theology test? And see
You
if
certainly
it's-
can.
Well, I mean,
I
I
guess
can
it
do
was
that too,
challenging.
yes. Actually.
Going to re-roll that. Hopefully. Yeah. Ah, well,
Well.
apparently not.
Is that average or challenging?
That was challenging.
That was challenging. Hard to say, Lothar. It's hard to say what the Sigmarites would think in particular.
Yeah.
Really hard to tell. It's a coin toss for you. Not sure. Or you could re-roll.
Wilfred.
Yes.
So what's the name above this one?
His name is Wilfred. What's his name?
Whose name?
The
A guy in a tomb.
the open tomb with the skeleton with the necklace on it.
Ancient Sigmarite tribe. What do you think, Wilfred?
Ancient Sigmarite tribe. Probably Thragus.
It is Thragus. Someone's in deep contemplation. What's the choice?
Raggers.
Is this anything that I recognize?
Other than the period, they're not names you're familiar with. You're just familiar with the type of name. Let's say, like, yes, this is an old name. I know it was used. But these aren't figures, like, let's say, memorable in history.
I think it means strong as an oak in some old language.
Wilfred, you think you're able to remove that without disturbing it?
Absolutely not, but I'll give it a best try.
Well,
An average dexterity roll for me, please.
Finally, all these years of pumping dex into it.
Hey, there you go. Like a little thief, Wilfred.
I got it for you, boss.
Wilfred Baggins, the burglar.
I'll like put it in a little box and then put it in the backpack with the others, and then do the silver on the eyes and all that stuff, and then close the lid back up after doing more prayers.
Yep. Okay. The bodies are sealed, and the dwarfs have long since gone while you're doing this. They looked around and realised there was nothing to dig, nor any particular amount of gold, so they left. Then they'll see you back at camp.
I'm also looking at these torches and figuring out how the hell they're still lit after all this time.
Good question. Good question. As far as you can see, it looks like a normal torch, but the wood's not burning.
Are these removable, or are these like iron
Yeah, removable.
If I pull one out and swing it around, does it stay lit?
Yep. The flame does dim slightly.
What do you make of this? How long have these things been lit down here?
Oh, probably 100 yards before you outside of this basement thingy, I guess.
You think it's locational?
Yeah, it's probably to do with the chandelier. It could be the room. I don't know. It could be. I don't see any signs. He starts babbling all kinds of things you don't understand, and
I just
get lost
stare at it for a minute.
in his own thought.
Yeah, I just stare at it for a minute while he's babbling, and then put it back on the wall.
Okay. Perfectly
Gentlemen, you see
pristine wood.
You see anything else, gentlemen?
No.
Let's do a search check.
You can roll a average perception if you like, Wilfred. I'll say the room has been combed over by yourselves while here. Okay. Not much else to see, really. Just three investigated tombs, piles of flesh left from an exploded Vargulf, lots of dead bats, and a big puddle of blood in the middle.
Not Vargulf.
No.
What?
Oh, well, that ain't suspicious at all.
What'd you say?
There's a big puddle of blood in the middle of the floor that is not from the Vargul.
I must have missed that in the description.
Hmm.
Yes, he collapsed into a puddle of blood that was not his own.
The Vargal did?
Yes.
Was it already there? Or it appeared?
That's why it was not his own. The puddle was something he fell into.
Hey, Lothar.
Is there?
Poke the puddle with your long pointy stick.
I think I'd rather throw something into it than poke it with my spear. Godbert might have the right idea here.
What?
Is leading?
I just dragged him so people can actually see it. It's like no one can see this, but Godbert stood on it. I don't see it anywhere.
Dark
It's up to his waist in it.
Damn it. It doesn't have anything funneling into it. It's just a circular recess in the center of the room that is filled with blood.
We actually gone near it in the meantime?
Not
Or
really.
have
You've
we
been
all
looking around the
skirted down
edges.
outside?
Yeah, the center of the room is largely empty, so.
Is there any chunks of wood or?
There's torches. Let's just throw one of those into it.
Yeah, let's throw a torch into the puddle.
See if it stinks.
Go. All right.
Okay. As you do, the blood sets alight, and fizzes and hisses,
Blood usually
releasing
burn.
a very unpleasant smell.
I don't think blood normally burns, no.
Oh no.
Not normal.
Godbert, what the hell is this?
Well, let's see.
Invitation to leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my my flask of lamp oil and pour it on the burning to give it a little extra burning, and then I suggest we leave and then have Baki collapse the arch when we leave. And then I'll make a note.
God, but your best bet is that if a bear is to hibernate with a pile of food, this is what the Vargolf sort of hibernates with. It's likely been collected from lots of things.
Yeah. You know, Vargals are sort of like vampires.
I don't even know what a Vargal is.
Oh, they're as ugly as one.
Yeah.
I have a question, Hydra.
Fire
As sort of a meta question, sadly.
Yep.
Because I did not know actually this was a thing. I never thought about it, but apparently I can dispel stuff.
Yes.
I was thinking like I could try and dispel whatever, just safe to be sure, you know, something like that.
Sure.
Try to
Roll a language magic.
Yep. See if I can dispel anything at all. Just you see, for everybody for anybody that's watching him, you see Bert making sort of a pooping face.
Okay.
And he maybe even lets out a teeny tiny fart.
It stops burning. And is now back to just being a puddle of blood with a crispy top coat. Like a creme brulee. Creme.
Poke it with my staff.
Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
Just normal blood now. I think it's safe.
Hooray.
Yep. Throw another torch at it.
This is the chair. Torch gets thrown in, it gets set alight again. It carries on burning again.
You know what? I think we better get Bucky and just ask him to blow this whole stinking thing up and be gone with it.
Sounds like the best idea I've had so far.
All right.
All right.
Well,
We'll have them collapse the entrance then. What did you make of this, Gottbert?
It's a bad place.
Thanks.
It started out bad or has been corrupted? This is what we're saying. We're talking as we're leaving.
Yeah, I think it's like I said. You know, a rabbit makes a hole, and then a rabbit dies, and something else makes it at home. I think that's what happened here. So pretty much corrupted it. I think just bury it. It'll be good. You did the right thing with the remains there, so it'll be fine. But it's the higher crypt, so can expect anything from here.
Indeed. All right. Well, let's get back to camp then. See if the others have shown up.
Yeah, how's your foot?
It hurts like hell, but
Yeah.
better than it was.
Well, let's not take the boggy road that Bucky.
Yeah, I'm fine with taking an extra half. Go around that swamp.
I will say at this point, everyone is here. Not just Yodicus and Lazarus, but the rest of the group have arrived as well. You get a nod from Rex, who gives you a nudge, nudge, wink, wink, and points to a backpack that Gotts is carrying, and shares with you the bad news regarding skull plate.
Well, he met his doom.
Do I see skull plate?
Nope. He's not there.
Oh,
I'll say that a few minutes are taken to embellish you with the heroic tale of how he saved everyone while they were attempting to escape.
Not the yanking up.
Not the murder.
I would probably just sit there with the X across my knees,
Yeah, I'll say
listening to him for a while.
the average person would be like, yeah, okay, you're embellishing a little bit, but yeah, I kind of understand why.
Yeah, well, dwarf tales. Used to hearing them. Selp tells them all the time, and they're usually 90% bullshit.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I'll just sit there while I'm resting and eating and stuff. I'll just sit there with the axe across my knees and kind of listen.
Can I patch up anybody who needs it?
Yeah, I'll say that you can just do a roll for some general TLC for anyone that's in need.
Difficulty?
I think I'm like
Average.
I'm 3 down from full, but I think it's like a few days or a week to get back to town.
About 3 days, if you were to travel briskly. Took a lot longer coming here because you were poking around and investigating a little bit and searching for trees, eagles. Should be a little bit quicker on the way back. Okay. And Lazarus, you're able to heal up. The rest of the group, I'll assume that camp is set up for the evening. Everyone takes rest. And at daybreak, we will be able to head off.
Well, Baki, I don't think we're going to find much up this far. Should we return?
Well, at least you got some artifacts, I guess. As long as they fetch, an opportunity for another expedition, then... That being said, there's a lot of dead things here. I'm not in a big rush to come back.
I think we should find a safer locale for mining. Even if we found something out here, I would be remiss to let you stay out here and mine.
Aye, perhaps a little bit over-enthusiastic of me. Maybe I'll stick to something a little bit safer. Just digging up some coal for a bit. Silver. I've got silver. Yeah. I shouldn't really complain.
We've got silver and copper and coal. I think all of those. We can find a good market for the coal too, but
Right.
We'll do with what we got for now, but we'll schedule another one that's in a safer place. I think after the gets got run out, we might be a little bit better to go further north instead of east.
All right. Well, sounds okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 5-minute break. See you in 5. Hey, ladies and gents. Sorry for the elongated break. Just had some technical stuff to deal with. And a little bit of a chit-chat about rules and food and beer and the usual stuff. So the group by now are heading back across the Haga Crypts. I would ask you guys if there are any major conversations that you want to take place during your travels. Anything in particular that you feel needs to be said?
I don't want to go back to the Haga Crypts, guys. That was scary.
Yeah. That's
Now,
an
my
understatement.
My question is that how it always is, or does that have to do with the voodoo shit that's been going on lately?
I don't know. It's just an old place.
Well, you're old, and we got creeped out by you all the time.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Speak for yourself.
I mean, just because we caught you staring in at us through our windows once in a while. Dirty old man. Well, yeah, I don't have any plans to go back anytime soon.
Yeah, the thing is, there's a lot of death there, and a lot of but a lot of old death, you know.
Oh, as opposed to all the new death that's going on across the
Yeah, but
right now.
old new death is just boring, and old death is cranky, you know. Look at me. Old things are cranky. Cranky old death is dangerous.
It apparently produces bats the size of dragons.
Yeah.
And lots of little bats the size of a regular bat.
Or a man bat thing. Yeah, alright. Enough bat stuff. Or ghouls or whatever.
Batman, yeah.
Alright, well, that's consensus that we're not going back anytime soon.
Oh, fuck this.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
better
find-
is what's going to happen when we get back to town.
I think we need to take that book to Altdorf as quickly as humanly possible. I don't like it. I
What
talked
book?
to Rex about his hand.
Don't sweat it, Gottbert.
Oh, okay. Well, it might have some pretty picture in it.
Something
We're not
like that.
We're not opening it. We're not opening it.
I intend to take that to Altdorf as soon as we hit
Well,
the main roads.
I view it, well, the two of us after, and once we hit Tom, we'll go straight north.
Okay.
Indeed.
I will probably spend some time up there as well.
Oh, I might go with you. Hang out with Ron some more. Quite like that the other day.
I'm glad you were able to find him.
Yeah.
I'm glad he let you find him.
Yeah. You know, coot.
Now, that aside, we're gonna have to go through Tom to go north.
Yep.
What are we gonna do with Yeoman and possibly a night that might be waiting for us if Gilda's predictions are correct?
Oh, the knight. Yeah. Oh, he's fine. He's a stand-up. Yeah.
No,
a bit.
not a Duck Knight.
What?
I am glad that the Duck Knight is there. I'm talking about Gilda's
Oh, that.
Patron Knight, whatever the heck he is.
Huh.
I mean, Jody, you heard. I can't remember the noble's name now.
Which noble are you talking about?
The brother.
The one
of
whose
knight.
family.
From Grunford. Lord Ours was something.
That'll do. Oswald.
Oswald.
Oswald, that's what it was.
He's very adamant that his brother's dead. and with all the stuff going on, I can't disprove it without seeing it. So. Well,
My difficulty.
Well,
My difficulty is this: we have a mechanism, perhaps, to help yeomen, but if we let this thing sit any longer than absolutely necessary, all of this will backfire. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm never going to look up at the sky in the same way ever again.
Nothing but rain. But
Right.
yeah, I get your meaning.
yeah, and we still need to figure out what that thing said. What did they say? Bring the Vomdrak back, or whatever the fuck it was.
Von Drock.
That's an old name, but one that I have some understanding of. Did some looking. The Von Drocks were the family that lived in Sylvania prior to the First War. It was interesting because Stranger married into the family and created pretty much all of our current problems, or so the legend goes. Some of that may be exaggeration. The time frame seems a bit illogical. But I would say this: if anyone is interested in a Von Drock, I'm interested in preventing them from dealing with a Von Drock.
I don't think we should let anybody deal with them.
Yeah, that figure seemed pretty dodgy, and pretty sure they're at least some of the cause of all this undead
Yeah.
trouble.
My only two theories that I have, and this is just based on circumstantial, is that either Gilda is a Von Drock or Isabella is a Von Drock, or both. Since those are the only two names outside of that ghost figure vampire thing in the woods.
I mean,
Well, Isabella, if I remember correctly, from my time with the librarians prior to us leaving, was the last Von Drock.
Yeah, you did spend a lot of time with him before we left. How'd that go?
Oh, he just pined for you the whole time. It was really distressing.
I think not. Anyway,
speaking of Gilly being related to the Von Drocks, possibly, we still have that locket. We could always bring it to her attention. That's why
Yeah.
it was in that tomb.
rather than bring it to her attention, I think it should be stated that it exists. But I think we'll play that by ear.
Good point, though. I hadn't thought of it.
I had, but I didn't want to bring it up right before we left.
I wasn't sure if we should have before we left or not. That's why I'm bringing it up now, or what we should do.
I don't
It's
have an
moot.
easy answer.
He is your friend, but best to let it be known that it exists rather than put it within the grasp of.
Someone whose motivations we can't understand.
That is for sure.
Well, then I won't say anything till we decide as a group.
My difficulty is that I see that she's...
Go.
My difficulty is that I can see that she is facing some kind of blackmail. Finally made sense in our last conversation when she said she couldn't tell us something. Now, I don't know what may be preventing her from saying it. She wanted to be able to tell us things she was unable to do, which makes me wonder why. Now, I'm not a hedge witch, I'm not Stragani, I'm not a sorcerer, but I do know blackmail when I see it, whatever the mechanism.
Or servitude.
Isn't that just another kind of blackmail? It's how your father got me here.
He got you here because you're a bitch.
Oh,
Seems like I got a little bit too close to the truth there.
Pull out your pistol. Don't be fighting words.
I'm your huckleberry.
You're a daisy if you do.
I'll literally just laugh and hand him my flask.
I take a drink.
It went
God,
bad. I haven't refilled it since the last time I messed up my alcohol.
True. Spit.
Bert,
What?
where's Rex's booze?
What?
Never mind. I found it.
Oh,
He'll be so happy when figures out you got into that. Can't wait to see his face.
Yeah.
Either way, we've got a problem where we have people whose motivations we are not able to figure out. And we have the walking disaster in that backpack. We need to make a decision as to whether we're going to use this to help Yeoman before we take it on.
I don't even know how that would.
Well, it would be heretical to begin with. And it would
Well,
probably be terribly awful as a second.
I think I've been dancing that line of heresy once too many times already. I think we'll.
Now, may I ask a question? If this is what was intimated to us, do you think we could deal with someone like that figure you ran into, who used to be the head priest inside the town, coming back?
What?
What do you think is wrong with the man?
Father Tom was a mutant.
Oh, no. I'm talking about Yeoman. Whatever has afflicted him
well,
Whatever
I
has
don't know.
afflicted him is requiring things that make me very nervous and remind me a little bit too much of that thing you described in the cave. Maybe it's just me sitting out here on the side of the mountain thinking to myself too much after having fought giant bats and ogre-sized
Our
undead
giant
cannibals.
Didn't have wings, but I get what you're saying.
My question is, can we afford something like any of these damned things coming back in the middle of the town?
Maybe we're lucky and Tal strikes him down before it ever gets that far.
And you want to play with luck?
Well, or the gods are looking down on us. Let's go with one or the other.
Yeah, well, it's all bullshit anyway. Oh,
Unfortunately, I find myself agreeing a little bit too much with the old man. Last point I'll make. If we don't address it, and this is purely my practical side, the town's fabric might come apart. We may be having to deal with 2 compromised priests, and then your Sigmarite admirers. I don't know that they'll be able to keep the town running. We're going to have to address this head on one way or the other. And the other thing, the thing that really bothers me, is how did she know where the book was?
That is bothersome.
Well, she said she's a seer, or a diviner, whatever the hell that means. And she
Yeah.
pointed to her crystal
You tell me,
ball.
old man, what do you think?
there are ways to know things. And I wish I
I
knew
mean,
them.
you can't put it past the friggin' night thing that she's working for.
Well, we assume that she's working for it. Do we know?
Assumptions. Everything's assumptions.
Well, maybe we need to fix that.
So little facts and so many questions.
Hmm.
But remember, we did make assumptions about yeomen, and we were fairly wrong.
Were you though?
Well, I think they were wrong about the initial assumptions if the story I was told is right.
Yeah.
What about the priest? What does he think?
Master Lothar.
Well, Gilly's waiting for this night to return before she tells us anything. Every time we've approached her, she said that she's waiting for him. So maybe if he's back, she'll tell us more. As for Eamond, well, see what we can do, but it would be mercy to not let him turn into the things we've been fighting here.
Agreed.
My concern is him dying may not prevent that, given the nature of the problem.
I'm implying we ensure it was a death that did prevent such an occurrence.
I'll leave that to your technical expertise.
Oh, you can always send word to the Black Guard.
I have a feeling they're very busy, right?
We just got those lunatics out of our town and we want them back.
Oh, no, not those Morites, but the spooky, creepy, silent, completely armored up fuckers.
Hmm.
The ones that inspected the tomb the first time?
Yeah.
The ones that missed the locket?
Oh, yeah.
And the bodies and the ghosts?
Yeah, but now you can point them to something. Say, look, big bat there, kill it.
True.
Yeah, it's the unconscious body of our Talite priest.
Hmm.
Well, unfortunately, the veil's not been lifted, and we don't know what's going on.
No.
And it's hard to preemptively strike when there's too many unknowns. And I don't relish being an inquisitor without sanction and just burning everyone.
Well,
I agree with that.
only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Let the mysterious friend tell his story.
I think we just chit-chat on the rest of the way.
Yep, I assume that was the conversation a single sort of leap away from town.
Yeah.
The we're nearly there, let's talk.
So the
Chat.
ones, so people like Gotts and Rex and Reinhard will probably go, well, watch Gotts. They'll go to like my house, I'm guessing.
They can.
If something comes up.
They can indeed.
The idea is if we get like waylaid,
Sure.
the rest of us deal with whatever's going on, and then they, because I don't want that book out in the open.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, the days are cold. The weather is still wet.
That's actually part of my role play, but not the cough.
I will say the remainder of the journey, making as few stops as possible. I'm going to ask for one average endurance check from each of you to gauge your physical condition as you arrive back in town.
What was the difficulty? Challenge?
Average.
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 Old man.
Yeah. So some fatigue.
Starting to feel sick.
More than others. Yeah, Sigurd, I might suggest that there is a little itch in the back of your throat. And just, maybe you swallowed some dust. Maybe some dirt. Who knows?
A little scratchy.
You arrive in town. It's dark. Evening. After a... Well, motherfucker, you better fucking load again. You twat hammering map. Don't make me beat you. I think one of the later updates has decided that my map is too big. In a word. I tell you what we'll do.
Oh dear.
We're going to activate that map, and then we're going to activate this map again.
You do not have a token with vision in this scene, but I do see the map and I do see rain.
Bear with me a mo. Failing that, we'll restart the software and kick it in the nuts.
I have a map.
I'm
and
gonna say
rain.
my screen's having a seizure right now.
I bet it is. I just changed scene and
Neither
changed
do I.
back again. Ladies and
It's
gentlemen,
bad.
give us
Maybe,
5 minutes.
Maybe,
Cancel that. We're here.
I'm gonna have to restart.
Anyone that needs to restart, do a quick restart. It may go a little bit nuts, but it's all okay. You can listen. You don't really need the map, it's just for the audience. So, so you were saying Gotts heads over with Rex, the book, heads off somewhere safe.
Rex from or whoever's team basically are using. They're gonna go and like get something to eat and drink from my house with Santiago.
Yep.
Basically, just get the book out of the open and in some place that's a little more secure.
Okay. Sure. It's not too long after you arrive back that one of the Strigani runs over to the group of you. And you got the book.
Come again?
Did you get the book?
I don't know what book you're talking about, sir.
Lady wants to see you. 10 to 10. Points to a caravan.
Jody, I never thought I'd be taking orders. Anyway,
You want me to execute it?
nope. He's just following orders.
Shame, I was in the mood.
Put my pull up my my winter cloak, my winter raincoat, and just kind of throw that on.
Mm-hmm.
Go back.
Okay.
Start walking back. Whoever else wants to go, I'm not even suggesting anything.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm going. If we're going to Gillies, hell yeah.
Sigurd, Iodicus, Lazarus. How does Bert feel?
Walking with a cane.
how does Bert feel indeed?
Without a token on this scene, apparently.
Let's see. Let's make it. He's hesitant. So he goes with him but lingers outside.
Okay.
Bert, you all right, man?
No, I'm not all right. But nothing you can do about it.
Sigurd, do you have the locket?
I do.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe it's time we put some cards on the table. Old
Okay.
man, I'm gonna ask you a favor. For old time's sake. Whatever's going on in your head, you need to get over it. Because we got a big problem. The kind of problems you used to tell stories about. I need your head in the game.
Yeah, thing is,
There's no brothels in town.
I don't remember half of those stories.
And maybe this will help you remember it.
Yeah. Well, let's get on with it then.
You can stay by the door. If you don't want to go in all the way. That's where I tend to stand more these days. I'll go up first. And
As you approach the door, come in, Sigurd. I'm glad you're
Really?
all right.
Yeah. As right as can be.
And
I just kind of do that, like that, clear my throat, and then come down with something.
Yeah, it's a nasty cough you got there, Ziggy.
Yeah. When it does nothing but rain, what do you expect?
Mm.
you're all in one piece. That's good to see,
No.
darlings.
Well,
Not all
all
of
but
us.
one of us.
Well, yes. I trust it was what he wanted.
He got his doom.
I'm sure it was creative. But are you coming in?
Of course.
What was it, Esther? I mean, what? If there ever was a time where Bert looked exactly like his token, it's now.
What did you call me, Godbert?
Never mind.
It's coming. Sit down. Well, I assume, seeing as you're back, that you got it.
It's up here.
I heard what he said.
Yep.
Probably.
Your reading of this Yodicus is that she was taken aback for a moment, and that's all you read into it. Well,
She visibly reacted to this, though, right?
yes,
Okay.
I am glad. The book is needed. I have some good news of my own.
Oh.
My colleague is finally with us, the stubborn mule.
Oh, when can we meet him?
Oh, he is right here. And the
Behind the valve.
yeah,
Behind the veil. I like, as soon as she called for me, and I kind of assumed and just been standing.
put your mic by your mouth, you filthy noble.
But I was laughing at the first. But I just kind of assumed that that's what she was calling us for to begin with, so I was standing away from the veil thing.
Yes, he is. He's here, and I have a question to open things up. Something we need to ascertain as to how much trust there is in this room.
Well, I trust my companions. And I trust you.
No, I trust my companions.
I find myself with a great many questions, madam, and not enough answers.
Good. There are lots of questions.
Can I sit down? I am.
Please. Jared, make some tea. Be a darling. You hear a grunt from the other side of the curtain.
Lurch.
Right. What I need to ascertain is that I am prepared to talk. You need answers, but the moment I start talking, you will be irreversibly faced with something. There will not be any going back. You will join us in a way, whether you like to or not. And I need to know that you're prepared.
So, Gilda, Gilly, Isabella, Esther, whatever your name is. Is this something coming for our town, regardless?
Yes. But we do not have time to quibble about the small details. I need to make sure that I am free to talk.
Well,
and that you
I-
trust us.
For the very first time, I don't think she can read my face at all.
Yep. So, I tell you what, I'll just do an intuition for her.
Like, if she beats me, hey, I'm good with it. But
No. She's that's just her reading of everyone.
I'm willing to listen.
I just have one question.
Yes, Combat.
I'm fucked up.
Yes,
And
you are.
the longer I think about it, the more fucked up I am. And I just want to know. Am I fucked up because it's something I did? Or because of something you did?
Neither.
Fuck me.
I need to know. And she looks to all of you. I need a leap of faith from you. From all of you. If you will give it to me, I will elaborate, finally, but I need to know my efforts will not be wasted. This will only be said once.
So you're asking us to swear to secrecy?
Not just that. I need you to commit to something you don't know what it is.
And what does committing entail?
Everything.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. God damn it. Get on with it, woman.
This is the first time that I've done this, but this is where our cigarette pulls out his pipe, lights it in, puts his elbows on the table, and just kind of puts his hands on both sides of his head, like he's looking down. All right, Gilly. Yeah, there's something going on. I don't think we're going to avoid it.
She looks at the rest of you. Lazarus, you've already
That wasn't a question
expressed
on that.
your trust for her. Thank you, Lazarus.
I give her a nod.
Good. Wilfred the Brave.
I like your tea.
Will it help us deal with whatever fuckery's coming this way?
You'll find out.
Well, you have my silence.
And Lothar.
Just know that if this damns me, I'm taking you with me.
Very well. Right. She pulls the curtain to, and a man in armor comes and sits next to her, a full suit of what looks like black tinted armor. It's Reichland in appearance, Sighard. It's the suit you recognize, the coat of arms from that family you had a feast with.
I'd call him by his first name. Well, whatever it is, Sir Garrett.
Yep.
We finally meet. Thank you for your help during the Beastman invasion. Your brother seems to send his regards.
You get a grunt in response. He's not too talkative. But He was necessary. Now, she looks towards him. Will you finally agree that we can do this? And he just pauses for 10 seconds, and she stares at him with a look that could kill. He lets out the ever so softest of nods with his helmet.
It's an audible nod.
Yeah. It's a soft nod in that the head just gradually bobs. And maybe there's a little grunt in there too. Right. What I'm about to say will only be said once. Listen carefully. The small details will determine everything. My name is Gilda Elizabeth Vindicia. My ancestors trace back to Rosella Shelter. She was an illegitimate child of Otto van Drack. If you aren't familiar with the Drack family, this is Isabella von Carstein's father, the last living ruler of Sylvania. When the news came of Otto's health suffering, my ancestors took the difficult choice of going into hiding. Isabella was known to be both cruel and petty. She was unaware of her father's many illegitimate offspring, but fate favors the cautious sometimes. And from the shadows of a dying land, generations of my family have watched their home become a place not unlike what we see around us now. And born from that anger, stories about what we had lost and a cocktail of emotions, and no aid from your beloved empire, my bloodline and individuals with particularly colourful skills have set out to right what has been done and reclaim our home. That is to say, we have been studying the means of putting the dead to rest. Our methods, as you may have ascertained, involve tradition, combined with a little spice. Now call it witchcraft if you will, but you will need it before long, and more than you realize. Until now, my fresh recruit of 2 years and stubborn mule of a colleague, Garrett, has thought of yourselves as undisciplined and chaotic, and finally today has decided that you have proved your worth, having retrieved the book. Now, part of the initiation into our little group is reading aloud a small piece of text, one that binds you, one that places a small curse on you, that should you ever be tempted to share your intentions or belonging to someone else, you will gladly take your own life. The only exception is that if all surviving and surrounding members are in agreement that the information may be shared. One must be careful, after all, when one practices witchcraft. Now, the book you have in your possession was written by Van Hale, the ruler of my home, some 1,000 years ago or more, long before the time of the Van Drack family. He was betrayed by his apprentice, and his own knights avenged him, and took his body to this crypt, where you have just reclaimed it, hoping that one day an individual would rejuvenate him. I learned this from that wretched cretin of a necromancer bumbling around your hillside. After interrogating him for 14 days and peeling the skin off of his fingers, he finally gave me some information. Now, regarding the book, it controls the dead more than you can possibly ever imagine. Do not read it unless you mean to take it seriously, and do not let God but near it. But if you wish to save Yeoman's life, take the last page, read it backwards, and hope that you are strong enough, otherwise it will consume yourself. But of course, do it in Yeoman's company, and best not to practice. Now, that's not all I learned from that wretched creature. After removing his eyes, his fingers, his toes, and whatever else I saw fit, he shared with me what he was looking for within our local tomb. Not a what, but a who. Something that had been kept at bay by Theodosius for quite some time. But with Theodosius's noble sacrifice, pardon the pun, out of the way, this thing has been left to grow. And mark my words, he is strong. The question is not who. Pardon me. The question is not what, but who. Not Isabella. I left the locket in there hoping you would find it, after I caught the necromancer searching in there for his new master. She is vain, or was, before she was slain, but she would not keep a locket of herself. There are only two people who would. Her lover, who died moments before him, and her father, who up until a few weeks ago we had all assumed was dead. And he is dead. Just not the type of dead that he should be. He died in the company of a vampire, one that married his daughter, Isabella. And such is the way when dying in close proximity to someone of such power that you yourself tend to rise. Those with ill intent and those with malicious tendencies tend to be the most nasty. And by all accounts, and this is by a necromancer's account, he was particularly malicious. When they found him, his flesh was peeled from his face, and he was busy replacing it with that of one of his servants, who he was consuming. Now our departed necromancer told me that Vlad, Isabella's wife, had sealed him during their first vampire war, not wishing to kill the father of his beloved, but not wanting to keep him too close, out of fear for what he was. The room at this point has darkened immeasurably. All I can tell you is this. When I stepped into that tomb, it reeked of magic. Magic familiar to me, but spells unknown. And since Theodosius's work has been undone, this creature has been listening from the shadows. Every shadow. That is his realm. I know he plans to cause a war. I know he plans to raise an army. He plans to occupy Reichland, to rule it, and to march on his home to reclaim that as his own. We will have another vampire war. This time between vampires, and we will be part of the dead. Now apologies for dribbling on. We have time for 4 questions.
Can I ask an out-of-game question?
Sure.
Wait, so I just want to clarify. She put the locket in the tomb?
She left it there.
Okay.
But she found it there as well. It was there when she and the necromancer got there.
Alright. Well, Gilly, why does this locket look like you in the picture?
Family resemblance.
Was it your ancestor?
That is the locket of Isabella. Well, that is a picture of Isabella. It does not belong to her, though. The locket belonged to her father.
That is, yeah.
The family resemblance is unfortunately rather strong. The nose tends to carry. Now,
A lot of talk of family resemblances lately.
3 questions. We need to be fast.
The spectre in the woods. Who is that?
A petty old enemy of the von Carsteins more than the von Drax, but through the marriage, a enemy was gained, and the petty creature has been seeking to wipe out any one of the von Drax descendants. She has decided my bloodline is part of that, and seeing as, in my opinion, she is too cowardly to deal with the root cause of her grievance, here she is plucking off the easy pickings. She is a vampire, but unlike others, she will be leaving soon, however. Two questions.
How do we stop Otto?
First, you'll need to find him. He's mastered arts of shadow magic that are beyond anything I can comprehend. He will be creative, and he will unfortunately look like anyone. From what I ascertained of the necromancer, anyone's flesh was to be his. Thus, it will be difficult, but I hope he will reveal himself via his motives, which will be to rule. There will be other measures, but you should hopefully have sufficient time to study. One question.
What about me?
Gilbert. What is your question?
What indeed?
Thorg is trying to think of something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at least I got a good answer on something.
As soon as the stream's over, I know I'll have 6.
Yep. Damn right.
What do you study would be a good start.
Right. I mean, there's one question, and this is sort of a meta thing that I'm thinking in my head is, who else is in this organization? Because it's just us in the room. But I haven't asked that.
Technically, a fourth question has been asked. Godbert.
Yeah, Godbert asked it.
I will answer your want. There is one thing I must say before leaving. Otto seeks to be reunited with his daughter and requires something. Something that, by revealing my story to you, he has found. He seeks a vessel to reunite him with Isabella. He plans to march on Savania together. On the final day of the year, she will rise. The army of the dead will rise. And Godbert. She stands up and looks you straight in the eye. Godbert, not paying an ounce of attention to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
You must find the light and save me. Father. And before you can say anything, Godbert, as if struck by a giant, Gilda, upon her chair, is dragged in a split second into the shadow of the corner of the room. Not even time to scream. Not colliding with the wall, but simply dissipating into it.
Let's see what happens first.
What the fuck?
Nice!
Yeah. And then he quickly... I think he does this, if it works. I will add no, that I will reroll that.
Sigurd's running.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good roll.
And I'm doing that to see if I can gather what is doing this, what is causing her to... Something is dragging her or something.
Okay. Godbit. Let's check the visualization of this. Within the caravan at current, it is a darkness akin to when you had been surrounded by the demon before, Sigurd, Lazarus, Lothar, and Wilfred at least. The darkness consumes the light completely, the candles sort of barely able to penetrate it. Godbert, piercing that darkness, you see a outline of a figure. 2 arms, 2 legs, and humanoid in rough appearance, but hunched and muscular, but intermittently writhing into different shapes. Slimmer, wider, flesh almost sort of folding in on itself. You're unable to make any details as this is a pure silhouette. But you see their arm outreached. They are, as far as you're concerned, over in the distance in this shadow. And Gilda is but a speck flying towards them.
I try to memorize as much as I can from that.
Make a perception roll for me, please, God. But this will be... I'll say it'll be a little bit harder. So... target, it will be -10.
Then it's 51. I roll
41. That would be 41 versus 51
40.
versus 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would be a 41 versus 40, I think it would end up being. Yeah. So, very close. There is something that she says, God, but as she goes, but you can't quite make out what it is.
Can I do one more thing?
You can do a thing.
Then I'm doing this. Yeah, let's see what happens. And I think at this point, just for dramatic effect, still have one. No,
to no avail.
It's too much. I don't know.
It is.
Yep.
Well, the caravan gradually brightens.
Well, that athletics test was for me to snatch the holy water off my belt and throw it in the corner where she was disappearing to.
Okay, you do so.
I know it's probably just thematics.
Oh, it's dramatic effect, and it's particularly dramatic.
First thing I thought of demons.
Yeah. I
So
have
I
two
start-
guns pointed at the
I start-
place that she just disappeared to.
Start yelling out Sigmarite prayers and throwing holy water in that direction.
Yeah, Lazarus probably just stand up, being like, "What the fuck?"
Knight at this point hasn't moved. But lets out a grunt. And walks behind the curtain. You have a few seconds to yourselves while I quickly bio.
I wonder if the strong silent type can give us any kind of hint as to where we need to start.
That's what I was just thinking.
I dropped the hammers on my pistols and put them back.
Wondering if he can talk at all.
Well, maybe we should ask him. But for right now, I look at the old man.
Bert,
So tell me, old man. Tell me about your daughter.
Bert does not respond. He's standing. I imagine he's standing with his hands on either edge of the table. His head between his shoulders, just slightly catatonic.
I walk a chair over behind you, and then kind of just set you down in it. And then I'll go over to the corner where she disappeared to and start looking around. I know it's brutal, but
I look at Lazarus. How old did you say she was when you met her?
She usually looked like she was in her 80s. She was ancient.
I look over at Godbert, and I start doing some math in my head.
Dad's only 50. Grandpa died at 60, 69.
If I don't
69.
miss my guess, Grandpa probably looked about 18. And I'm beginning to wonder if Godbert looked any different than he does today. Didn't know you were an elf. Awful hairy for one.
The knight arrives from back behind the curtain. He has something under his arm. Sigurd, you're quite close to him. It looks like a book. He puts a piece of paper down that contains something native to the Strigani tongue, but it's a small slip, perhaps a paragraph long. Places a bowl in the centre of the table. Bites his own finger and puts a drop of blood in.
He does that through the helmet. Can we not see his face?
Technically it's not an open helmet, but it's one where you can kind of like lift the front. So he lifts it up so you can see his jaw. Sigurd, challenging perception roll, please. Okay. He doesn't have a tongue.
I knew it. I knew it.
He
But the
hands
rest
you
is
the piece of paper,
child-
Sigurd.
Normal colored.
Yeah. Teeth. None are pointy.
I look at the paper.
Language you don't understand.
And then I
By
do
any
look up at him.
chance? By any chance, is it a language that I know? I know a few.
When it was on the table, Lazarus, you would recognize it as the sort of Strigani language that it is not a world apart from when she made the dagger. It's some Strigani bullshit, basically.
Can Bert read it with language magic?
Um,
That's right, he can't read. Never mind. What am I wasting my time with?
That's gonna make that one hard.
What am I wasting my time with? I keep forgetting now.
So what did he do? He lifted the visor, bit his thumb.
Put a drop of blood in the bowl, and then gave you the piece of paper.
Am I supposed to do the same thing?
Just read it.
He makes a slight single nod.
Bert, I can't read. I could read like 4 languages, and I don't know what this is.
The alphabet is familiar. It's Reichland alphabet, so it's not necessarily words you understand, but phonetically.
Latu, Veratu,
Yeah.
Pretty much. So,
All right.
what, you say the words aloud?
I can't read it, can
Do you have read and write?
I? Yeah, I can read and write.
Yeah, sure, you can read it. You just don't understand
Read
it.
it phonetically.
Yeah.
Phonetic.
But I'm supposed to do what he did? Is that what I'm
Well,
getting from his
he
group?
nodded.
Alright. So, goddamn curses.
You sound like you're used to them.
It's
Shut
not.
up.
It's not really a curse. It's more like a blood oath with dire consequences, and you're only cursed if you break it.
I don't understand magic, but I understand insurance policies.
Well,
Pull my rapier up, just enough to get my thumb underneath the hilt, and then I'll cut it and drop it and hand it to Bert.
Did you say the words?
He didn't say the words. Do I have to say them?
Can't speak.
No. Makes this very difficult.
no, you have to read it out loud.
Ah,
Blood in the bowl, speak the words.
Yeah.
If we have the information, do we need to?
It might be important.
If I don't miss my guess, the strong silent type might prevent us from leaving if we want to keep our word. I look at him.
Batu, Veritas.
Okay.
And then I start coughing. And then I read some more. And then I'll bleed out.
Okay. Sigurd follows through, intermittently coughing, perhaps to try and break the curse.
No.
No.
That's not his intention.
Fair enough.
Well,
Yodicus, Godbert, who indulges?
Yep. Godbert,
Isn't it?
Godbert takes the paper, takes his dagger and cuts his palm, and says the words. He just repeats what Sigurd says.
Yeah. It's
and,
like a paragraph, but Godbert, make me an challenging intelligence roll.
I say I could read it out loud for him while he repeats it, like you do an oath.
I guess it's somewhat familiar.
Yeah, it's Stragani.
But the cutting of the hand is something you would notice that he'd probably done it before.
Yeah.
Yo, who's next?
I walk up, take my knife from behind my back, and look at him. So tell me, old man, was she telling the truth?
Well, I don't really know. I think I will have to go with you to Altdorf and talk to Ron.
I
Maybe
think
you
that's
should.
a good idea.
Maybe you should come. I don't know.
Thinking I will.
I don't have a choice.
I believe that he believes that this is his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll follow through.
He thought it was his wife before. I just want to point that out.
Right, which makes it really super creepy.
Yeah.
But, you know, weirder things have happened, I guess. This is Warhammer. I'll follow through with the ritual.
Okay.
But only because it's Bert.
Yep. So Bert's already done it at this point, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lazarus.
Yeah, after seeing 3 of my compatriots do it, I'll do it.
Made it give it peer pressure.
Okay.
Brought her here.
All the cool kids are
True.
doing it.
Yeah.
That's right. All the cool kids are cursed.
Wilfred, Lothar.
Yeah, don't really have much of a choice.
For the first time, after all the times I've come to Gillies, I'm actually drinking the tea now, as I'm sitting there.
Okay. And Wilfred?
Will.
I will repeat what the other said because I don't know how to read, and I'll cut my hand with a knife.
Okay.
Besides, if the curse crosses him, he'll make it die.
You're our only hope.
Oh, you want to fight?
So,
Garrett, are you sticking around?
makes a motion a little bit like a nod. He takes the bowl off of the table, just swipes the goblets to the side, and slams a large leathery book down in the center of it. A book without any title or anything written on the front page.
It's just a plain wrapped book.
Plain leather book. Large, however. Very large. Sort of
This doesn't look like the one we've got.
not made of flesh. This is made of leather.
Well, I mean, leather technically is.
It's less meaty.
Yeah.
It's not
Less protein based.
still
Slightly.
protein. It's leather.
Looks old. Looks tattered. Looks worn.
Did you say there's nothing on the first page?
No, nothing on the cover. The
on the
book's
cover,
closed
right.
at the moment.
Flip it open then.
Okay. The first line reads, "My name is Rosella Shelter, and this is how I have learned to kill the dead." Which is a good point to end today's video, I think.
Oh,
Dun dun dun!
More straws on who gets to read that back page of the Liber Mortis to Eamon.
Joke's on you. 2 of us can't read.
That is
I get
very
it.
true.
That is a
the impression
very good get out of jail free card.
It seems like
I
the
like
kind
it.
of book that you wouldn't need to be able to read to understand it.
Oh, yeah, that is a very good
Thulu's
true.
point. Yeah. Well,
It's just
I
maybe-
wouldn't make it. I would do it if I needed to.
How
Someone
many
can
hundreds
choose.
of corruption was that?
someone can choose, and we'll cover it at a point when you do it, and we'll see what happens. But there you go. Some things happened, eh?
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
wow. Yeah.
Oof,
Plot thinkings.
that's a lot in 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. That was a thick, juicy bit of steak.
Oh, the plot. We found it.
You found the plot. Yeah, here's the precipitating event. It's been just a build up until the precipitating event till now.
Can't wait to fight the big bad with hundreds of casts of dart.
Yep. That'll do it.
Any shadowy bullshit.
I vote explosives. Baki has the right idea.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll call Greta. Have her.
Yep, we need to call Greta.
Yeah. That's not a bad
Cousin
idea.
Greta.
So, do you want to have a chat first, or do you want to roll on the endeavour table? Does anyone have anything?
Geez, I'll roll the misery table.
Yeah, the misery table.
Alright, here I go.
Let's do some rolls. An apprentice blacksmith has arrived within town, looking to set up shop. Another one.
We've got a helper for.
Another one, yeah. The
How-
smithy grows.
Wait, did I roll the only good roll on that entire table?
No, there's
Probably.
loads of good ones. There's loads of good ones. Let's go for let's go for some happier music. Oh, I know what I'll go for.
Gottbert.
No, not that one. I'm gonna go for
The Western music or the
yeah. That'll do. That'll do. So let's go. I want to save Godbert till last. Daddy Godbert.
Yep.
Let's go for Sighard.
Oh, it's my theme music.
Yeah. A
I don't
local
hear anything.
barony is hosting a large festival, which has attracted a lot of attention and trade. Local industries suffer a penalty of 1 SL. Some of the workers skip town for a few days.
Lovely.
I mean, it's not the worst.
No.
Gold Crown's the least of your worries right now. Lazarus.
Lazarus.
We haven't rolled income for this town for ages, so we'll do it twice.
Yeah.
Roll in.
See how many more miners die. Moors of Grace, one of the character's relatives, friends, or allies dies. Well, well, shit.
Pretty good for long.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You have one. She's over there working in communication.
He's already been taken by the shadows, so.
yeah.
Right.
I will say that is just a spooky coincidence that Gilda's been taken, and maybe it's going to be reincarnated as Isabella von Carstein.
Oh god.
Not his plucky wife.
This is what we get. We go and raid the tombs and then make dark deals, and Moor gets pissed.
Yeah,
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
yeah, not wrong at all. There, really, Moore is super pissed right now. Like, fucking book on killing the dead. That's my thing. And not Strigani bullshit. That's why Moore doesn't like the Strigani. Because they're better at killing
Allegedly.
dead. Allegedly.
Also, the Moorites have been acting like pricks. I mean, what do you expect?
They are the fun police. Lothar. Let's have a Lothar. Arcane auction. Belongings of a recently deceased neighbour were auctioned, including a dusty old book of unknown origin. 10 gold crown. It's a big asking price, but the book is
Sure.
yours.
I
Yeah.
think I've already got a book to read.
Yeah, I've already got one book. Whoa. I don't need two, especially if it's 10 gold crown.
Well, this will be my third if I'm reading this one as well.
Well, yes. Wilfred. Some of the locals have been getting around the local law of only eating fish on a Freitag by adamantly stating that beavers are in fact a fish. You're faced with a choice of either a lovely meal or reporting them to the local investigator, Rex. What are you going to do?
How dare they not only eat fish and Freitag, they're going to jail.
Take those motherfuckers to the police. Okay.
Yeah, and as
You
a
sound like you're from New Hampshire.
as a punishment, we can have them read the back page of a certain book.
Oh, good lord.
We do have one member of the Suicide Squad that didn't die on the trip out to the Huggers. Letting the people.
Oh, good lord. Okay. God, but
That sounds like corruption points.
yeah,
Yeah, no kidding.
you don't get less corruption if you make someone else read it. You just get a different type of
Get
corruption.
more.
Yeah,
What? My turn?
yeah, God, but the local herbalist has concocted something new. She isn't sure what it is, or what it does, or even how much to charge for it. Some of the locals are really enjoying it. Lazarus, your waifu has accidentally created some sort of narcotic.
You're now in the drugs trade.
You're fucking
She's
breaking
learning.
that.
She's just like, take these multivitamins, and they're like, yeah, I'll have some more, please. Yeah, this is amazing.
Some of the mushrooms I've been eating.
Yeah, LSD laced multivitamins. All right. So, lots to take in, lots to think about. I will say now that there are a few career options open. One of them is a modified bounty hunter, which, unsurprisingly, is a vampire hunter. One is also a modified grave robber, but instead you're putting the dead back to rest, so it's more like a grave sealer. And if you come up with any cool ideas as to what you would be doing in relation to the dead, hey, we'll figure something out. And anyone that wishes to put XP, you'll need it to spend in Endeavour, but can put XP into Lore Undead at any time. Your Black Knight also remains in the town and is willing to train anyone with any weapon, provided they spend an Endeavour. He does it free of charge, but you do have to feed and water him.
That's not.
Actually eats food, right? Not people.
He likes his red meat. A little too much, perhaps, but
He eats soil and green.
As long as he's eating, drinking human food, we'll feed him.
yeah.
As long as people aren't disappearing
Again.
Right?
more than usual.
More than usual.
More than usual, yeah.
Any closing thoughts from Godbert before we close up for today?
I don't know.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I had suspicions. I had pondered over this option before, but I thought, well, that would be weird with the age. So
It would be. It would be.
Age like a person.
So, but, but it's fair. I told you you could mess with him. So,
Do you want to know
And you
something, Godbert?
well, yep.
As the book never leaves the caravan, and you will be spending some time here over the next sessions. In one of the drawers is a wig, and a nose, and a few warts, and a tin of makeup. Food for thought.
Indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day, and we'll see you next